Hello vlog. I have decided to start reading A Day of Fallen Night, and I believe this is a prequel to the prior Orange Tree, which I've already read, or maybe it's the second book. I'm honestly not sure. I will let you know later on. I decided to start this. This has been on my bookshelf for probably about a year now, and I have been a little scared to read it because it is quite big, but I think with me vlogging and reading along with you all, it could be pretty fun. I have no idea what it's about. I haven't read the back or anything. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start this book. Hello vlog. I wanted to come on here and give an update on A Day of Fallen Night. I got quite a bit of reading done yesterday. I'm on page 127 on chapter 15. So far I am having a great time. I think the first like 60 pages was very much world building, and I was like reading it very slowly because sometimes world building can come off as very boring with fantasy books. So I was reading it very slowly, trying to soak in as much of the world building as I can, or just reading 20 pages here and there. But now the story is kind of coming together, and I am having fun just kind of following all the characters. You are following like people from the north, south, east, and west. So it's a lot of different characters. You're kind of reading it as if like a god looking down and like watching the people, or you're not in anyone's mind. So like I kind of do love books like that sometimes, just kind of watching and visualizing what people are doing. To give you like a summary of what's going on, in the west is following Glorian, which is the daughter of Queen Sabran. I can't remember the king's name right now, but yeah, it's following Glorian, who is like coming out of an age where she is searching for a husband to get married and to, like, you know how kingdoms work, align with the other kingdom. She's been meeting all these guys. There's this one guy in particular who she was childhood friends with. I feel like she's kind of starting to be into him. What's his name? Glenn. Yeah, his name's Glenn, and I feel like she's into him the most. But then her mom tells her that she's gonna be married to Magnus, and she was like, why did you give me the chance to like choose who I wanted to be married to if you were just gonna assign me to a guy? And like, she didn't really give an explanation. The queen didn't really give her an explanation. And so yeah, she's now engaged to Magnus, and she's like, when am I gonna be married? She's like, soon as possible, when you're 17. In the east, it's following this family. First it was following Unora, I believe that's how you say her name, and she was pretending to be like a god to present good luck in order to free her father, who was in exile in the east. And she ends up getting pregnant and having her daughter Demai. And now that Demai's grown, her father has shown up, and her father is the Emperor of Siki. Now the kingdom in the east is not doing as strong. They need the alliance with Siki, and since Dumai's father is the Emperor of Siki, they're having Dumai, their daughter, take the throne of Siki to form that alliance. In the south, we follow the people who kind of protect the priory of the orange tree, which you remember from the previous book. We're following this girl we're following three people really. We're following Siu, Tunuva, and Espar. Tunuva and Espar are a couple. Siu is kind of like the kid who's like rebellious, and she would like climb the priory tree, which you're not supposed to do. Like, it's super disrespectful to do. But Tunuva is like not punishing her because she has like a soft spot for Siu. Like, she sees her as kind of like her own kid. Like, she just has a soft spot for her. They end up finding out that Siu is pregnant with somebody outside of the prioress. So now they're trying to figure that out. They're trying to like get rid of the baby and also deal with the fact that there's somebody who is not part of the prioress that potentially may know about the priory, which nobody is supposed to know because it's very powerful and they could come and try to take that power. And I don't think there's anything of the north, is there? Hold on, let me check. Okay, and I don't think we have anything yet that's happening in the north. What's happening so far in the book, I'm hoping to get a little bit more in today now that I have a good chunk done. I feel like the beginning of fantasy books are always the hardest for me to get through because it requires a lot of world building and character building, especially for this book. So yeah, I'm having a great time so far now that I kind of have the idea of the story that's going on, and I can't wait to continue, so I will go ahead and continue today. So we are starting to learn more about Wolf, which is the childhood friend of Glorian in the west side. And he is just such a good guy. Like, his father is so loving, and he has a sister, and they're all very close. And I don't know, I just really like him, and I really hope that he will be around more. And I hope that weird arranged marriage that Queen Sabran gave to Glorian will eventually change for this guy, because we like him better. Okay, so I'm only like 160 pages in on the book, and I feel a little confused. I feel like I don't fully understand what's going on. What just happened in the book is like, I guess like a volcano erupted or some type of earthquake happened where everybody could feel it, and they know that something is coming, and I have no idea like what that is. I don't know if I'm supposed to already know what it is. I don't know if I missed it somewhere while I was reading. And the book has a lot of history and facts and world building at the beginning, and I don't know how important it is that I'm supposed to like know every part of it, because I've been kind of just like, okay, cool, and then like moving on and not really focusing too much on it. But there's just a lot of kind of info dumping at the beginning, and I don't know if I like that very much. Like, I just kind of want to focus on the story. Like when fantasy tells you like the story and then gradually gives you the world building, where this one I feel like is giving you the world building very head on, and it's a lot of information, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. It's hard for me to read at the moment. Hello vlog. So it's time for a update of A Day of Fallen Night. I am on page 324 and I am loving it. I know in the last update I said that it was getting too info dumpy, but now that I know the information, this story is so good. Okay, so after they had the earthquake, everybody started getting affected. The north, everyone's getting sick from the fumes that are coming from the ground. The South, they think the Nameless One has come up, or they think like some other creature has come up, and they're trying to figure out a way to protect the tree and themselves. The East, Dumai has claimed her throne and has found out that she can talk to dragons, and is now flying with the one dragon that has awoken after this big earthquake, and they're investigating all over and flying everywhere to figure out what is going on. But the dragon said that this is going to be like a mass destruction and something needs to happen right now, so they're investigating that. In the West, Glorian no longer has to marry that one guy because they think after this earthquake they need an alliance really quick, so they can't wait until she's 17. So she's kind of thriving during all of this, and everybody else is kind of like going through it. That is what is happening so far in this book, and I'm excited to read some more today. I think I can finish this week, honestly. I have this much left to read, and I'm just really invested in it now, so I'm wanting to do nothing but read this. East or West, I don't really remember. She has to marry a really old man at 16 to create an heir, like right now. And it's really gross. Something cute really happens, and Glorian was telling Wolf like she had to marry that really old guy, and Wolf was like, just do it with me. He's his oldest friend, and that he promised her cousin to protect her. You're gonna do it to create an heir, which is like so much better than having to like marry that really old dude. I don't know if I told you like what came out from underneath the ground during that earthquake, but it's worms. W-Y-R-M-S, and it's like these really nasty creatures that are like, that just want to destroy. Like they just are there for destruction, basically. The South are like using their powers to like try to destroy it. Everyone's trying to destroy these worms. They're like everywhere, and the dragons are all awake and they're just like flying around. The South thought the Nameless One, which is a worm, but they thought it was only one, but it's actually like a bunch of them. Actually, I do think there might be like one big worm that's like the Nameless One. I don't know. So Tanuva is going with Canthi to Innis to the west to see if her son's alive, because Canthi for some reason believes that Tanuva's son is alive. But right now, like, they're literally in a war with the worms, and Espar and the whole prioress are like fighting to protect the prioress. And Tanuva's like, I have to go, Espar. And Espar's like, don't leave me, please. Like begging her to not leave, and she's like, I have to go anyways. So she's literally like going with Canthi to the west and leaving them. Wait, I just thought of something. What if Wolf is Tanuva's son? Because he has power. Couldn't catch the illness that everyone caught in the north, like, and he's an Innis. That would make the most sense, right? Well, I have finished A Day of Fallen Night, and I would say that it was okay. I definitely loved it at moments. There was moments where I just couldn't put the book down, and there was moments where I was like, I could really DNF this right now, or there was moments where I was like, I really can't wait till this book was over. And there was moments that I really loved and cared about. It was kind of like a roller coaster for me, a roller coaster of emotions towards the book, but it didn't stay consistently good for me. I think that's why I'm giving this book 3 stars. If you read this book, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts were of this book. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you in the middle like me? Let me know. I'm going to end this vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!